Oh, it's the coffee song, baby. 728 with Joe Piscopo on AM970 The Answer.
Way down among Brazilians, coffee beans grow by the billions, so they've got to find those extra cups to fill. They've got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil.
728 with Joe Piscopo, the great Steve Adubato on the line. Steven, welcome. You got a show of shows tonight, my friend, huh?
I got a lot of coffee, not only in Brazil, but I just got my coffee in Montclair, New Jersey. But can I take care of one of my beefs first? I got a beef.
Yes, please. Let it go, Steve. What do you got?
Al Gattuso in the studio?
Yeah, Al's
right here, Steve.
Right here.
Good morning.
You wouldn't know he was working this morning because I'll tell you why. I hear him on the radio. I hear him with you.
Yeah.
I hear him talking with you. But normally, he's working social media. Normally, he's promoting the fact that I'm on the show.
I forgot. Steve, I'm sorry. No, I disrespected you. I'm very sorry.
Al, sorry for talking while you're interrupting. But here's the thing. Normally, you're working it and saying, hey, Steve Adubato's coming on.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there. My PR people, my marketing, my social media people said, hey, Joe Piscopo, check him out this morning. Steve Adubato's going to be with him. My people did my job, Joe. Your people
Wait, I'm gonna have to look.
did take care of business.
Where's my phone?
Yeah.
I have to. You mean Al did not post it? Al did not post it?
Nope.
Well, but Al, on his behalf, Steve, my dear friend, if I may, he's doing the news, he's doing the sports, he's running. Frank's not here, and we don't
Barely had a pot of coffee this morning, Steve. I'm sorry. I'm not even shaking yet.
He woke up to grinds. He went, and
Aisle full of dishes from my wife, leaves them for me.
And Steve, listen, one more thing, and we'll leave it. One more thing.
Look how you guys cover for each other.
No, listen. It goes. They put something in the area that's supposed to be coffee. We don't know what it is, but it seems like hot, dirty water is what comes out of this thing.
Hold on, wait a minute. Listen? When I subbed for you, Joe.
Yeah.
When I subbed for you, that beautiful week when I was there in Lower Manhattan.
Yeah.
There and down on Lower Broadway for you, they treated me like a king. They had coffee for me.
No.
They had buns.
No.
They had Jerry Crowley took care of everything. He said, Steve, when you're here, anything you want. Now, what happened when I left?
They must be trying to tell me something, my friend, because I'm nothing. I just barely. Al bought me coffee from Starbucks. I couldn't get somebody. Right. I've been asking for an intern here for 100 years. I get nothing. Steve, maybe you should come in every morning and help us out a little bit. That would not be a problem.
I'm going to say this, Joe. Listen, I'm going to give you the number of my agent. When we
All right.
the number of my guy will help you take care of your guy.
Nicky Greco. Nicky Greco, is that who it is?
No, that's my lawyer who's my friend, and he's my lawyer because he's my friend. I'm not going to talk about his legal skills. Can we now talk about the United States? I have two United States. Can we switch gears?
This is huge. 8 p.m. PBS, Steve Adubato, go for it. This is actually big, Steve. This is great that you did. How did you get the two of those guys together? I mean, they're basically friends, right? Cory and Bob Menendez?
Yeah, Cory Booker, Bob Menendez. For the first time in history, New Jersey has two United States senators who actually talk to each other.
I'm saying, man.
We've never had that. And by the way, I said that to them. Normally, like I have Christie on, I like to bust his chops, and he pushes back even harder. The difference here is I said to Cory Booker and Bob Menendez on the stage at New Jersey Performing Arts Center. By the way, I realized that's what I did last Friday, which is why I wasn't able to join you for the big thing you had over in Brooklyn, I think you were. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. If you could be with the United States Senators or be at Spumoni Gardens, we chose Spumoni Gardens, but we know that you had to be loyal to your PBS audience.
Well, Cory Booker wanted to be at Spumoni Gardens, but here's what happened. I said to them, this is the first time in history that United States Senators in New Jersey actually talk to each other. And I was making a joke, but it was actually true because they've hated each other for about 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
They looked at each other and looked at me like, did he just say that on the air? I thought to myself, are we on the air? And I thought, can't you guys take a joke? Yeah. But the fact is, it is true.
I'm tuning in just for that moment, that little awkwardness, and but these guys, I think, now Cory's one of the great guys, just a great guy, and
great.
Politically you agree with him. You look at whatever, and a lot of our audience doesn't always agree with Cory Booker, but he is a nice man, you know that. And
he's a gentleman.
Yeah, and Bob Menendez.
is an effective senator. He's a very smart guy, and you can't, you know, whether you agree with him or not politically, he is a very smart guy, very quiet kind of guy, though. Yes.
Yeah, well, not in this show.
Whoa!
Get a word in.
Cool.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
So let me give you the issues.
Yes.
Number one, we talked about police-minority relations and the role of the federal government after the two non-indictments and the case out in Ferguson and the case out over in Staten Island with Eric Garner.
Yeah.
And I said, what is the role of the federal government, the Attorney General?
Yeah.
They were hardcore on this. They said the feds have to step in. The feds have to take this to the civil rights case. And they said it's the only chance to restore police-minority relations. I pushed back. We had a very interesting discussion as to how to protect the police as well and all this.
Yeah.
Very spirited discussion. Talked about immigration. I turned and I said to Menendez, who's the outgoing chair of the United States Senate Foreign Relations Committee, because as you might have heard, Joe, the Republicans took control of the Senate a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I said, Bob Menendez, you heard about that, right? So I said, Bob Menendez, let me ask you this. Or as they say in my old neighborhood, let me ask you this. So I said, Senator, didn't the president say that he would never use the executive privilege to change basically the Constitution on immigration, and that he would go through Congress, and that's the way to go? And I'm setting him up, and I'm saying, he said he would never do this, and then he couldn't get the votes he wanted in Congress, and then he did it. Yeah. And he looked at me, and he goes, that's not exactly what happened. And I said, well, what exactly happened? Yeah. He goes, well, that's not exactly what he said. He said he wouldn't do 5 million. He wouldn't protect 5 million illegal immigrants. He said it was 11 million. So I said, okay, we're not talking semantics, are we here? So it was a very spirited and interesting discussion.
You got into it with Bob Menendez, yeah. But
in a good way.
Yeah. That's good, though. You know what? It's great that I think talk about transparency. I don't believe in I don't want to know that the CIA tortured 9/11 terrorists, but with the United States representatives, you know, you like to hear everything about them. And this is a great opportunity to have two senators go back and forth. And you are absolutely right. Politicians, it's funny. You think once they're elected, they're all buddies. They all go to Washington. They all talk. Oh, my meat. That's and even in Trenton, and you know, in Albany, it happens. They hate each other. It's a competition with these guys. So it's good.
No, but not these guys. I'm sorry for interrupting, Joe.
No.
These guys defer to each other. And again, Senator Menendez is a senior senator, more experienced. Booker just got there, so he doesn't really know where the bathrooms are down in Washington. So the fact is, he deferred to him. We talked about immigration. We talked about police-minority relations. Talked about ISIS. I mean, wow, really important stuff. Particularly, I wish we had the CIA, the report coming out from the Democrats on the CIA stuff, which would have been really interesting. But that's tonight at 8 p.m. on WNET, the PBS flagship in New York, NJTV, the public television station in New Jersey, and also streaming online on NJ.com, which is the Star Ledger's website. And at 9 o'clock, I've got a live
You got a variety show, don't you, with Jimmy Fallon? You and Jimmy on the air? Is that what's happening?
Are you taking a hit?
It's like you own the network. I'm joking. You own the network. This is great. What's on at 9 now? You do another
at 9 o'clock. Here's what happens. People watch the show on PBS.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
And then at NJ.com, which is the Star Ledger's website, we cut a deal with the Ledger. What I mean by that is we cut a deal. We have a great partnership with the Ledger and NJ.com. They've been promoting it every day in the Ledger. And at 9 o'clock, I go on line there with a guy by the name of Jonathan Salon, who's their Washington correspondent. And we, for half an hour, have people come on and tell me what a terrible job I did.
In
the hour
great.
before that. And it'll be great. It'll be. I love when you go online and you expect people to say, hey, that was great. It's like calling radio only online.
Yeah.
And it's going to be great for a half an hour, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah. You know what, Steve? This is great. I'll tell you, I love it. What you're doing is great. And, you know, we always joke around. You do a great job. And this is a very important program. Steve Adubato on PBS tonight at 8 o'clock on Channel 13, and then go online. But then afterwards, it's great. It's good politics. It's good. And, you know, you get right to the people, Steve Adubato, and we love you for that, buddy. Let me tell you something.
When am I subbing for you again? When are you going away?
I don't know.
I'm sorry for saying. I'm itching again to talk to your people.
You are welcome.
I don't want. Nobody wants you to go, but if you go, I'm there.
You know what? We got your name. We got you right on the speed dial on the smartphone, Stephen. We appreciate when you come in. We always appreciate it on the show. And then look, don't forget, Dino. Love you too, Stephen. Dino and Harry's in January. You got to go, okay?
Well, have your people get to my people, but I ask Al to tweet me next time and promote my appearance.
Steve, we will. We just want to make sure Joe doesn't tell everybody the exact time and date we're going to be there, because Spumoni Gardens on Friday. We had a lot of, stragglers coming in.
Yeah, but it was okay.
Yeah.
It was the listeners, though.
I had to sit at the kiddie table. It was,
Steve Adubato.
Probably next time I'm bringing Cory Booker and Bob Menendez.
Oh, that'll be good. Thank you, Steven. Always appreciate it, my friend. God bless
Love you guys.
Love you, too. Give my love at home. 7:38 with Joe Piscopo. All right, we're losing control here. Al, you got to give us the headline news, brother. Go for it.